Chaz Klimczak, and you're watching Klimczak's Killer Collection. This week's review, Girls' Night Out. What can be said about a movie like Girls' Night Out? They tried so hard and yet fell so short. I'll put it like this. If Girls' Night Out had been written by Italians, it would be as great as Troll 2. But before we dive into this review, let's check in with Matthew St Cyr from the Midnight Cinephile podcast.
Girls' Night Out, filmed in 1982 as The Scaremaker. This wasn't released until 1984 under the Girls' Night Out moniker. This actually has nothing to do with girls having a night out. It's actually about a scavenger hunt. This is known in France as Radio Crochet, which roughly translates as radio hook. In Spain it is known as Creando el Terror. It translates as creating the terror. This is also the film debut of both Hal Holbrook as well as Julia Montgomery. Interestingly, Holbrook shot most of his scenes by himself, away from the rest of the cast, and that is why we see him sitting behind a desk most of the time. Julia Montgomery, of course, as Betty Childs from Revenge of the Nerds.
Betty Childs from Revenge of the Nerds? Call me.
Disgusting!
Girls' Night Out might be by the numbers, but it does manage to differentiate itself from its contemporaries, albeit not always gracefully. The film boasts some spirited performances. Spirited, but bad performances. Take a look.
Benson! God, gross me out!
Teddy Ratliff, captain of the basketball team.
Hi, I'm Dawn Sorensen, and I couldn't care less.
And while the film hits all the right genre notes, it suffers from a lack of identity. It's too campy to go so light on the gratuities, and classless enough for that to be a problem.
Smell that baby. That's a winner.
What do I see in you?
Here's what Girls' Night Out has going for it. The DJ. An appearance by one of my all-time favorite horror girls from The Burning, Carrick Glenn.
Hi, Lynn.
These guys. This girl. This clue.
Carole King Tapestry album. Hey, this has got to be it. Sure. A groovy king on a beach. A beach tree. All right.
That's about it. It's clear to me what they were trying to do here, but the people who made Final Exam did it much better. This film won't likely mean much to anyone looking to binge-watch 80s horror films. This is another for the completists and the scholars. Normally, a film of this caliber would register at about half slash on the slasher scale, but I'm bumping this one up to a full slash out of 5, just because it's got Hal Holbrook and Lauren Marie Taylor from Friday the 13th Part 2, and the killer's got this ridiculous bear costume, and the twist ending is actually pretty twisted and, in its own inept way, ends up tying a lot of liberties together in a coherent way, including the title. This is sorta kinda fun, but remember, you were warned. It's 1 slash out of 5. Now let's get Matt's final word.
And you don't know why. I was in love with her. We went out together for over 2 years. And then she dumped me for some ass.
It's an 80s slasher film, and I think that it is highly overlooked, and I think that it is a gem amongst the slasher films. The killer is highly original. There's no gore. Well, there's a little gore, but there's no nudity to speak of. But this has got atmosphere to spare. It most assuredly deserves some more credit than it gets. It gets a lot of flack online, so if you're into 80s slasher movies, then definitely you owe it to yourself to check this out. And if nothing else, it's got a pretty 80s-tastic costume party in it, so check it out.
Greetings, ladies of the generic Ohio College. I'm Ron Jeremy, your host for the 33rd annual Generic Ohio College Scavenger Hunt. When I found out I was hosting a girls' night out, I got excited. Then, when I found out it was a scavenger hunt, well, when the check cleared, I agreed to be your MC for the evening. Be warned, ladies, there is a killer bear on the loose. Did you know that a large, hairy guy is called a bear? Except for me. I'm a hedgehog. The rules are simple. Stay in Ohio. If you've reached the Hershey Highway, you've gone too far. No help from your boyfriends. I've seen the way they look at each other and the guy in the early 80s mullet. Both red herrings. Violators will be spanked. Cheaters will be spanked harder. Prank calls will not be tolerated. I'm looking at you, Minty. If a woman suffers from split personalities, that's allowed. Hal Holbrook, please, don't get up. Also, Betty Childs from Revenge of the Nerds, call me. So, let the games begin.
Oh, yeah. That's the recorder.
Bitch! Pay that price, you whore! You whore!
Night, Mr. Waba.
Do 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 do.